The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
So, yeah. Hello, Desert Bus. I'm just
Hello,
staring at it
friend.
while watching.
Glad not to be on you again.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
it is that time of year again.
Yeah. Wait, it's dead
Desert
cold.
Bus. Yeah, it's dead cold, and we've got Desert Bus and Movember and whatever.
And rain. It's just rain and rain. And then, yeah, entertaining stuff while we record a podcast.
And then Howling
you know.
Winds, just to add that spice.
Yeah. Just that howling wind.
Freezing
Howling
cold
wind
howling
is, it's almost like a name of a Diamond Dog soldier.
Yeah, pretty much.
Vexed Cuckoo. Actually, now I feel that's something that we could try later on. Yeah, you know what? We'll see how that goes. But let's get straight into it. This is the Immaterial Gamers Podcast, episode 67. We're probably two away. Yeah, I'm about to say we're two away now from the best one. But we'll get there. We are this week. What's the best way of saying? What are we this week?
Well, Steph and Duncan are Steph's staying at Duncan's in Canada.
Yeah. So that's
things have been kind of quiet.
Yeah, I mean that's where they are. I guess it's more of a case of who we are.
Okay.
So let's say that we are. You know what? Since we've got the Desert Bus on the brain, we are versions of Desert Bus. I'm Ryan,
journey.
and I'm version probably 0.1, the original Sega CD version that was unreleased. And with me is version 2 or 1.002. It's D.
Whoa.
And that's probably the most laid
I'm trying to
back.
get to version 2.
Version 2 forever needs improvement.
Yeah.
It's just how it works. But I'm sort of very chilled and relaxed, considering it's a very, very cold, piss poor day in sunny Manchester. I say sunny, there's no sun. It's gone down. Daylight savings time means we get about 4 hours of sun a day.
That'll be fair, 5, if we're lucky.
Oh, well, yeah. But it's more 5 hours of cloud a day, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or when you're on the, you go to, say you're on like an 8-5 or whatever, you get sunrise on the way to work, sundown on the way back.
Yeah. just how it works. I mean, at least I can see the sunrise as I get on the tram in the morning. By the time I get out of the office now, it's just dark. It's gone. It's dark. And, getting to the point that we'll be finishing on a Friday 30 minutes earlier, which means we'll get out and see, well, still dark, to be honest, actually. There's no sugarcoating round.
No, possibly dusk, but 9 out of 10 dark.
Yeah. But,
if you're lucky.
Yeah. So, gaming-wise, it's a big week this week, Well, it'll be in the weekend since the game that's been waiting around 4 years as a result of a video game company deciding they don't want to be a video game company anymore. Come out,
okay.
and one of us might be talking about that later. But so that had happened. Other small things is China's worked on video game addiction and reducing time people can play. Yay! By the time this comes out, the League of Legends World Championships will have finished, and I am so happy that G2 Esports has won the title.
Right, take it I got you a bunch of points.
For the sake of... no, because my pick'ems has gone. It was either a European team gets to the final, or I get the points for the icon. So Europe in the finals. But yeah, no, just for balance... Damn it, that's another year that G2 Esports didn't win and Europe went out, but at least they got to a final. Because this comes out on a Tuesday, we're recording on a Saturday, the final is on a Sunday.
Okay,
So, Yeah. I'm also there for the sake of balance. I'm going to go, fucking hell, yes, that true damage performance was absolutely brilliant, and I want those skins. Give me that Louis Vuitton tie-in. For sake of balance, well, that was disappointing. I mean, don't like any of the skins. The performance wasn't there, and I mean, really, Louis Vuitton. How much money do you think we got? Do you think I covered that well?
More or less.
Yeah.
Did a victory thing, defeat thing.
Victory, defeat, hype, disappointment.
What if there's a magical draw?
There would be no way there'd be a magical draw. It's a best of 5.
Okay.
And I don't think I've ever seen a situation where both Nexuses could be destroyed at the same time. However, Game 3, my god, that was great. I really hope Game 3 is good now. So, yeah. So, I guess with that, and the, how things are going. So, we will at least move on to what's been played.
What's being played?
So, there might be a little bit of a spoiler warning here, but this episode of the Immaterial Gamers podcast is probably going to be the Hideo Kojima What's Been Played special. Because,
yeah,
considering, what Dee was playing just before recording the podcast is probably something they would want to talk about.
Snake, it's a snake. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, particularly
the
you're
Phantom
playing...
Pain.
Yes, you are. So, for those who have lived like Naked Snake, that's a Metal Gear Solid 3 reference, and lived in the bushes for too long, what is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain?
Well, currently I've only just got started into it, but it's basically Snake's been KO'd for 9 years. Cypher's gone to shit or whatever, and it's taken over the fucking world, and we're trying to rebuild the Diamond Dogs.
Okay, and how goes the rebuilding of the Diamond Dogs, and more importantly, how do you do it?
Basically, I've been currently going through Afghanistan, murdering soldiers or capturing them, and yeah, whole air balloon thing. That's pretty fun.
The best part of that game
Just
ever. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, the last in the series of stealth action games, tactical stealth action games, actually done by Hideo Kojima. So yeah,
But yeah,
I mean,
one of the things I wish it had was a way to turn down in-game volume, because when it's on and you've got Discord open, all you can hear is Metal Gear Solid. You can't turn it down. You can't customize the audio. It's just burst your eardrums or burst your eardrums.
I think you just have to get to the point of maybe volume mixer and turning that down.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just been it's been on the game list for ages, and I'm sort of going, I'll play it at some point. And it's just because I enjoyed it when I played it at yours when you got it back when it came out in 2016.
Yeah. Oh God, 2016.
But yeah,
3 years ago.
But yeah, I can't tell if it's a game or a film at times.
Okay.
Because you do a little bit of gameplay or whatever, you explore a map, and then you got 20 minutes of cutscenes, one after another. It's just yeah, all this happened while you were away. It's and when you're deploying, it's oh look, here's a short film. It's okay.
Just so you're sort of unaware of this as well, so that you're aware of this.
You can actually turn it into a film.
Well, yeah, there's the fact that you can turn a Metal Gear Solid game into a movie mode. Well, particularly Guns of the Patriots was one that you could do for that. But this is just the other thing that's coming up. Hideo Kojima is was a film student, practiced film studies, and then decided to go into video games with the MSX and sort of Metal Gear game from there. So at the end of the day, this is a sort of an actual film director doing that's also a
Video
video game creator. So compare that to like David Cage, which is like, you know, a game director who wants to be a film director, and you see how that works out. Inconsistent is the best, even though I kind of liked Beyond. No, not Beyond. Beyond was awful. Detroit was alright.
You gotta love that city.
Yeah. Yeah, let's put your hands up. But yeah. So that's something to consider. The reason there is all these big wacky long ass cutscenes full of existentialism and dreams and hopes and fears is because there's a film inside that game.
Yeah. It's just basically it's Metal Gear is a bit like one of those games you don't pick up for like 20 minutes and you can get bunched on. It's just like you have to block it out.
Mm.
You don't just block 20 minutes, half an hour out, do like a quick level. It's just like, no, this is going to take me a few hours. You get settled.
Yeah. It's meant to be sort of played in sort of bigger chunks. That's not necessarily it's a single sitting game, because are you mad?
Yeah, you'd be mental if you tried to go all the way through. I don't understand these shadow things so far.
Shadow things?
There's like a ghost army that chases you around, and you can't really kill them. You just have to run.
Oh, the Shadow Core, I think they are, something like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, have fun. You know with these like Metal Gear games, there's always some sort of initially
and I've got my box.
Crazy stuff.
I unlocked my box.
Oh, well, yeah, it's not a Metal Gear Solid game if there isn't a box.
Yeah, the first thing you unlock goes, apparently this box is really useful. I don't understand how, but whatever. Here's a box. Okay, game. Yeah, just sat there. At one point, I was just sat there in the box in the middle of a highway, just going, nothing to see here. It's just a box.
The good old classic.
Followed by the old text thing of, as an enemy spotted me.
You gotta think, actually, that game's Metal Gear Solid 5's what? It's in Cold War still, isn't it? It's like late 80s at this point.
Yeah, it's why it's like the cassette tapes are all like Duran Duran and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw you picking up the cassette tape of Aha's Take On Me just before it got to the chorus. It was just like, take on, click. No!
Well, to be honest, I heard the cassette tape, that's why I raided that bass. I heard it on the outside, just playing on a loop, and started going, I hear music. It's coming from in this bass. Time to annihilate bass.
That was actually still the one. Yeah, because I actually popped on and joined your Discord stream just to look at it a little and see where you were on it, and all of us was like, don't get away, I don't know what I'm to say. No, because you were in the crawl space at the time. I was like, what the hell? Are you like listening to your own playlist? At that point, I completely forgot that cassette tapes of 80 songs were collectibles.
Skittables. Yeah, they're just collectibles. I just heard it from the outside the base. So, what happened at one point is I found a crawl space to get the alert off me. I'm just sat there and it was just playing Take On Me. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just let this alert go down and then go and grab it. Let them all reset and then go murder them all. As you saw. You just keyed it, you just came on and went, you just brutally murdered 6 of them in a row. It's just like,
yeah, because like you say, because of the eardrum bursting sound effects, you weren't able to hear me because I was like, there's all this potential before Kojima basically got dropped from Konami, and but yeah, there's like I saw you do the kills and I was like, wow, hold on, this is a bit brutal, isn't it? And I tried at most points to not use lethal weaponry, but. But it's tough.
I am very brutal. I can be very brutal.
Yeah.
I took the guard post out before that. I tagged all 3 of them and sent them all on a little ride back to base.
Full-tron extraction is still the best feature of that game. Best feature of any game.
Yeah, I just went, I need that dude. Okay, that dude needs to be alive. But there's 3 of them, so pop, 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 all asleep. Pop, 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 all to base, please.
Actually, I like the sleep gun in that game as well. That it's not an instant thing.
If you shoot him in the face, it does.
Oh, yeah. If you shoot them, yeah. But
You've got to shoot them square in the face.
yeah, but like, otherwise they're like, what the hell was that? I'll just go about my business. So, Mikhail, how was... Oh yeah, then they wake up just as the Voltron extraction happens.
Just hear him scream.
Which has to be the most terrifying situation. So you went and had a nice sleep, and then next thing you know, you're 20,000 feet up in the air.
Yeah, and then you just hear a Mark, at least a sonic boom, so it's got to be like Mark 7 aircraft coming towards you.
So, yeah. So, yeah. But you enjoying it so far then?
Yeah, I hit my wall with Resident Evil on Madhouse difficulty. So
Yeah. So you needed a little bit of a change.
well, I'm currently trying to kill 2 fat gits that can 2-hit me, and there's 2 of them, and I can't progress until I murder them.
Ah, well.
So it's that kind of like, this game's hit a wall. Let's play something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because you still got to do your rest of your Resident Evil.
I do, but that's my, that's my
project.
personal playthrough now. So
Mm.
I'll say
Well,
personal. I think I might actually. I keep flipping to and from. I might actually keep it until Friday, December the 13th.
Okay. Black Friday. No.
No, just Friday the 13th.
Okay.
It's
what was it?
unlucky, spooky. We'll pretend there's some snow in there and just say it's a Christmas special.
You can make snow out of blood. It's fine.
Today on a very special episode of Resident Evil 7.
Blood. Just the sanguine blood pit. It's fine.
We wish you a sanguine Christmas. Nice. Oh, we wish you a bloody Christmas probably could have been better. But
yeah. But I did the normal playthrough in 10 hours.
you well done. But my God.
So yeah, I was like, well, I did the playthrough in 10 hours. I unlocked a couple of new guns. Well, let's try Madhouse. I do like, but that's a completely different thing. I think the difference between normal and Madhouse.
Well, like you were saying with saying yesterday with the changing of enemy spawns and stuff like that, along with the added difficulty of limited saves.
And the items are all changed and everything.
Yeah.
So you still got certain checkpoints, like you fight Ma, you fight Pa, da. That doesn't change, but actually no, the fight with Pa was completely different. You know, you pick up the car key from the table.
Mm-hmm.
In Mayhem or Madhouse, you have to find a lockpick the thing open to get the key.
Oh God! So you stored it in a box.
Yep. You have to find the lockpick while Pa's chasing you around. Grab the lockpick, unlock the thing, and the second time, well, one of the times I killed Pa stole the freaking vehicle off me. So I had to. He's like, nope, dragged me out the window. I'm like,
Oi,
damn you, Pa!
cheeky.
And then he started driving me over. So I was sat there doing donuts. He was doing donuts around me, and I found out car can turn at a certain degree. So if I keep within a certain degree, Pa can't run me over, but I can shoot him in the face. And finally he drops. And then you can kill him. Like normal.
Mm.
But yeah, you can get run over by Pa.
Oh well, that's horrifying. Well, that'll be something I'll never look forward to, because I don't think my heart could take doing Madhouse. So, yeah. Alright, cool. So, we shall continue. Yeah. We shall continue the Hideo Kojima loving episode. Because I did say that this was going to happen last week on the podcast.
Did you?
That I was going to be playing Death Stranding at some point. I told Duncan and Andrea.
Okay.
And, yeah, said I was going to do it, and I've kept my promise.
Okay.
My Amazon courier. Yes, the irony's not lost on me, by the way. You'll understand in a minute. When my Amazon courier delivered my copy of Death Stranding, I got home straight from work and I played it, and it's an experience, I'll tell you that. So, here's what most people knew about the game. It is I don't know what sort of genre you could call this game. It's part walking simulator, part
Right.
co-op game. I'll get back to that in a second. Part social influence game, part stealth game, part movie. It's
So
a Kojima game, of course it is.
So it's a bit of a pocket rocket.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the back of the box. I've got the box for it here. No, that's not it. That was for Ace Combat Skies Unknown. Oh, here we go. Tomorrow is in your hands. Forming connections within the world and beyond, the social strand system ushers in the new strand game genre. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call a strand game that sort of game, but it's a sort of social influenced stealth survival game in a sort of sense. And you play as Daryl, maybe from The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus is the one that people are going to say. Norman Reedus and Cletus the Fetus. So yeah, the world has gone to shit.
That is.
An event known as the Death Stranding has happened, changing life and death, and how that's dealt with cataclysmically across the world, particularly in the good old United States of America. Everyone, please look at the flag.
Fuck you.
There we go. Right, and you
America, fuck you.
You are Sam Porter Bridges. Now, there's we'll get to sort of names now. Things are explained through there, but Sam is a courier. He's the porter, a transporter of materials across underground cities, because the world has been permanently affected. If someone dies, they must be cremated immediately. If they don't, worse.
Worse.
They suffer, like they end up in necrosis. So they'll be then picked up by this sort of phenomena. There's a lot of thing called chiral matter. It explains a lot of stuff. It does a lot of stuff, but concentrations of chiral matter cause explosions. So if you don't cremate a dead person within 48 hours, I think they explain in it, they can then cause the phenomena where they will just explode and leave whatever was there as a giant crater. So sort of Sam is in the middle of one of these events and is there as this situation happens and explodes. He had a couple of characters, and there was this. You saw the picture of the bottle baby, bridge baby, like a baby in a jar. That's a whole load of chaos in there, or that's a whole load of description. It's tough to explain. There's a lot going on, but most of it's walking. That's not, for me, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah. So he works for Bridges and trying to sort out his late mother's last gift or last wish. She was the president, the first and last female president. Don't think that got escaped. I'm happy with it. But to try and rescue his sister, who's on the west coast of the United States, and to do that is to reconnect all the cities together so that they can perform this massive network and bring up all this data of the old world and then hopefully rebuild America. So you generally do that by being a porter, transporting stuff from one city to the other, or stuff that's just lost on the ground, and taking it to various little cities or substations,
depots or whatever.
Yeah. So, and the way you do that, you just plop it on your back. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it was a suitcase of metals or a oil drum of provisions. On Norman Reedus' back it goes. And this
Does
is
it
where
have a weight thing?
Yeah, there's a weight limit and there's a weight sort of function in the game. So you can stick stuff on your body around the side to just sort of maximise how much you can carry. But the more you carry, the more unstable the cargo is on your back or around your body. So the more chance that you'll just lose balance, trip up, and stuff like that. So that's where the QWOP mechanic comes into, because this is out on the PlayStation at the moment. It will be coming out to PC next year. You've got the triggers which maintain the balance left or right when the prompts come up, but you can then hold both triggers, and Sam will just like grab his rucksack that's got all this stuff on him and sort of keep balance that way. And then you have to cross like proper hazardous terrain. Like say this phenomena is sort of basically cities don't exist. It's just mountains and rock formations and rivers. So you have to safely traverse all this, and each stuff's got its own sort of issues. But he also has to dodge sort of two major things. One is called timefall, and timefall is established in the game as rain that rapidly ages anything it touches.
Ooh, that's mean.
So like
that's why you're underground.
Yeah, so that's why all the cities are underground in the story.
Does that affect biomass, or is it just?
It affects anything it touches, to a point. There's telling you about the chiral matter. It seems that this chiral stuff, you can wear chiralium infused gear that basically resists against this time corrosion and stuff like that. It's brought up in the story that it's possible that basically whatever this event has done has actually caused how time works, as opposed to the rain just causing time to go forward. It could be that people are actually moving slowly and the time's just... There's a lot going on. It's very, very sci-fi heavy. But, yeah,
it's very... it sounds like it's very, like... You'd have to kind of play it to understand a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a sort of a thing that I feel with Kojima games anyway, that's a sort of idea.
Yeah, you can't... With a lot of Kojima games, you just can't... You can't explain it, you just gotta watch the film or watch this, and then it's like, right, okay. Because if you try and describe it, it's just next to impossible.
Yeah, and you can't just jump in the middle either. You have to be there from the beginning to the end.
It's not a Tarantino film.
No. But, yeah, no, this timefall in game, what it does is that any cargo that you have on you will start to degrade. Because... that's how it happens. In a cutscene, what Timefall did is one of the companions he was with, when the prologue happened, got caught underneath a truck, and then it started raining. And the guy that was with him was trying to shield him, but while he was trying to lift the car, he exposed the guy's face to the rain. And he started going from this like brown-haired, young, up and coming to this grey-haired, shriveled old man in seconds.
That's terrifying.
It's it's think like Raiders of the Lost Ark. No, not Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
When
he chose poorly, and that's what happened. I mean, he didn't die due to aging of that. There was another sort of situation that happened, which are called BTs, beached things. Sort of people who hadn't managed to depart from the body and the soul. Sometimes they explode, sometimes they just end up prowling the world. They're like ghosts. You can't see them, but certain people can sense them. Sixth Sense style. There's a lot of influences in this game. All sort of movie things. So Sixth Sense in terms of the BTs. The game is basically the Kevin Costner film, The Postman. With sort of sci-fi elements in there. Probably a bit of Blade Runner, a bit of Existence.
So there's a lot of... It's just a monster mash of things.
Yeah, and it's Kojima's big... This is a project that he's quite clearly wanted to do with no rules. For a while, but was never able to do it at Konami and Sony. That's why the credit just bent and said, go mad.
Go for it.
And mostly, I mean, it's a divisive game at the moment. There are some big critics who are like, this is, at minimum, they say it's a disappointment. To the extreme is it's really, really awful. Personally, me, it's serviceable. And it's going to take some more time for it to get into my head of it being a really good game, But I sort of like it. Maybe sort of this, having these survival mechanics and stuff that don't fully affect the game. I mean, it's got boot degradation.
Okay.
So you have to keep crafting boots to, to not lose health because you're walking barefooted across miles and miles of land.
Hmm.
But they're not degrading that fast. The materials that you use to build the boots are plentiful.
Fair enough. But it's just
Yeah,
more of an inconvenience than anything.
Yeah, yeah. But then again, that's the same as anything else. I mean, I guess with sort of survival mechanics, is the worse a survival mechanic is. So like the more needy something is, the worse it is.
Hmm.
For this,
It's like when you play 7 Days to Die. You've got 7 days till basically shore up because of the blood moon, and during the blood moon you're screwed. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, the whole idea is that's just a sort of a game. Well, I mean, that's less a sort of survival game, more of an arcade version of a survival game, really, because the end situation is going to be the same. Years are going to die.
Yeah, it's just how long it takes you to live.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess something more of like We Happy Few or Minecraft and stuff like that, like the hunger meter, and then in sort of more needy games, it's hunger, thirst, endurance, tiredness, and all that. For Death Stranding, it's boot degradation and stamina, and sort of stamina is more of a case of the more you exert yourself, the less maximum stamina you have. But there's so many like way stations, or by the end of it, there's so many ways of restoring your stamina. Preferably by drinking Monster Energy drink. I don't know what happened, but in this post-apocalyptic world, the only thing that survived are the fucking cockroaches and Monster.
Well,
But apparently, I don't know, it might be a joke on the whole idea because you get a canteen that you can use to drink to restore your stamina as you go through, and it's Monster Energy drink. But it's basically contaminated water that has been filtered because all the Timefall water has got this chiralium in it. But when you filter it out, it makes Monster Energy drinks. So that maybe actually leads into a statement of what the hell is actually in Monster. So, maybe that's sort of the joke, but I mean, that's the sort of the only major sort of company endorsement in the game is Monster Energy drink. I mean, they have albums and songs from some sort of band called Low Roar. One of the other bands that I know that are in it is Churches. There's another band, but it's like full music, and some of it is actually original. Like Churches actually did an original piece for Death Stranding, which I think is just called Death Stranding. It's original, yeah. But yeah, so there's all that, and then the only thing left to talk about really is BB, the bridge baby. Particularly in this case, is called BB-28.
Well, they couldn't have had 8 because that would just get confusing.
Yeah, Disney would probably turn around and go, "Excuse me," but yeah.
Little robot says what?
Yeah, and this is the awkward bit. And if anyone doesn't like this, turn off now, or at least mute it, and then we'll come back.
You had a fetus baby thing in a bottle.
Yeah, so it is a fetus in a bottle. It's not a baby in a bottle. It's not a fully grown infant. And this is where it's awkward. So apparently, government in the Death Stranding universe were researching on mothers who died in pregnancy.
Okay.
Or sort of like comatose or sort of brain dead or stuff like that. Particularly within the first 28 weeks.
Okay.
They then harvest the fetus, and because of this Death Stranding event of determining what life and death is, apparently a bridge baby is literally what it is. They are the bridge between life and death. But the only way that works for them is that they apparently have to basically be on the idea that they are still in the mother's womb.
Hence need the embryonic fluid and all that stuff.
Yes, it's like in some sort of simulation fluid that keeps them like that. But my God, it's odd, but it's cute.
There's what was it? There's a weird thing. I have had a game before where there's something similar.
Mm.
It's like thing in a bag. It's like the clone thing that they did
Ugh.
sheep. Yeah, it's
But
there was a great episode of Grey's that played with that idea. They put a baby in a bag to keep it alive.
oh, wonderful. But yeah, this baby's got a psychic link, so this is the thing that lets you know where these beached things are, but doesn't let you. But like that makes it hard for you to see them because they're invisible by nature. But yeah, just this whole idea, and the fact that it's also got a psychic link somewhere with flashbacks where you see Mads Mikkelsen from Hannibal and Rogue One and other stuff. I think he was Le Chiffre in Casino Royale as well. But yeah, no, you got that, so that's sort of functioning. But there's something just odd about, right, in order to combat these things, we now need comatose mothers who will never get their baby. Because the way they manage to do it is that they stunt the growth of the fetus as well. So it's like, awkward. Kojima, you are a madman. Oh yeah, the names madman. While I'm at it, so there's renowned director, or the likeness of renowned director Guillermo del Toro in the game, and he is Deadman. He's a coroner who becomes Bridges' doctor. The leader of Bridges is a man by the name of Die Hardman. Don't know why. He's got like a skull for a face, but yeah, Die Hardman. The resident doctor is called Hartman.
Okay. And
then the other thing on this is that some characters don't seem to have names. Initially, Sam, he's mentioned that he's like Sam some or other, and he says he's not called that name anymore. He's called Sam Porter Bridges. Now, the main sort of organisation, for lack of a better term, is called Bridges, and Sam's job is a porter. So all that really says, he is Sam the Porter for Bridges.
Yeah, it's basically like old times. You've got your name based on your family, like on your job. So like blacksmiths were Smith and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and sort of, I guess like the sort of Icelandic, sort of Nordic people, that they're sort of they're the way that their surnames, let's just say Ivar Henriksson, actually is just means that he's literally Ivar, son of Henrik. And so Henrik in that point would maybe be called Henrik Stevenson, which means he's Henrik, son of Stephen. So that's that. There was something else I was just trying to think of. Maybe the names were sort of odd. But basically, it's an odd game, but currently I'm enjoying it because it's just something different.
Well, it's like have you want to play it for?
Want to play
the first series?
The first series of what?
Fear series.
Oh, Fear.
Fear.
Oh no, want to touch them with a barge pole.
Yeah,
I know that their sort of idea. Like, go on. I know you're going to say it.
Like the one of the cringeworthy points. The little girl that's chasing you around was basically her backstory is awful, like goddamn awful.
Yeah,
she's chasing you because you're her lot. Basically, she got impregnated. A teenager got impregnated and kept under like scrutiny while she get over and over again.
Yeah,
to create like clone human things that she has a psychic link to. Yeah. That's why she's chasing you around. She's basically your mum, but she's also like 12. It's like, okay.
Nope.
It's just one of those like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Someone got their kicks from being a bit twisted.
But that's one of them. Yeah. I don't know what I can say. I'm just making like half sentences and not finishing anything off. But Fear is a bit weird like that. But my God, give Hideo Kojima 3 years and infinite money effectively, and he's a madman.
Well, he's a madman anyway.
Well, yeah, but he's a madman, and I love him. It's just odd games.
Did you say he's retiring?
Eh?
Is he retiring? Did you say?
I didn't say.
Or has he just switched people?
Right, hold on. Say that again. Ask the question again.
Is he just switched companies, or is he retiring or something? Or is he just...
No, he's not retired. He's not retired. He got kicked out of Konami effectively. The official story from Konami is that he took an extended vacation and then left. Everyone else's story is he got put on gardening leave for about 9 months until his contract expired, and then they got rid of him because he wanted to go. So, yeah.
Because I know, like, one of my favourite directors has actually retired the last year or two. Hideo Miyazaki.
Yeah, from Ghibli.
He's actually retired.
He tried to retire, didn't he? Didn't he come back?
I don't know. But there is people that they still do all the films, but...
Hideo Miyazaki is like a wrestler. Just, right, you should retire and just live out your life with the money you got. I can't help it, I must create.
I don't know, he's meant to have retired and give it over to the other guys.
Yeah, but...
Because not all the films are made by him in Studio Ghibli. He's
the figurehead, the one most known. It's like how a Kojima Productions game isn't all done by Kojima, even though he did a lot. There's a BBC documentary on the creation of Death Stranding, or sort of following Kojima and Death Stranding, and there's a lot of that was done in-house. Like how usually you would sort of, for marketing, for example, you would offload it to some marketing company who would create a trailer and do everything like that. All the trailers were done in-house. Rather than have a sort of a company do PR deals to get little pop figures and stuff like that. No? Kojima Productions, they did the designs for the pop figures in-house using Funko's template. There's a shocking amount of stuff that was done in-house, and that could be the sign of a control freak, or it could be, the sign of someone who, just really wanted to...
He just wanted creative expression.
Yeah.
Like his own... Because you've got... It's like when you... I don't know if you know about it and stuff. It's like when you have... people are, why don't you do this for a thing? It's just like, yeah, but you don't get that much creative freedom. If you design this poster for this company, it's like, yeah, but you've got to design it to their specifications and what they want. You can't really do what you want.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like, oh yeah, you can have all the creative freedom. It's like, no, you can't. You really can't. You've got constraints up the ass.
Yeah.
It's got to have these colours, this type, It's just like, why don't... At this point, you're just getting commissioned to draw it, because they can't draw it.
Yeah, basically. The commissioned works. But, yeah, so that's Death Stranding, and that was Metal Gear Solid 5 and a little bit of Resident Evil. And that's nearly brought us up to 45 minutes. Well, it's effectively 45 minutes, so...
The other thing I've been playing is Reignited.
Oh, yeah, Spyro Reignited.
Yeah, I've got through 2.5 Spyro of Reignited so far.
Fair dues. And I guess on that regard, I've also been playing Forza Horizon. I got through the little tutorial section, it's opened up the world map, and I feel really, really overwhelmed, but I want to do the Top Gear bit.
I like Horizon. It's a good game series. The Forza Horizon series is good.
Yeah. It's nice.
Nice open world driving thing.
Yeah. And the fact that this one's set in Britain, I'm sort of happy with that.
One of the last ones I remember was Sydney. Or Australia, I think.
Yeah. Well, 4 was definitely set in Britain, particularly northern Britain from what it looks like, because you can just drive a high-powered supercar through Edinburgh. So,
yeah, good luck with that in actual Edinburgh.
Yeah, not a chance. It's nowhere near as populated. But I guess what we can do is a very, very quick, 5-minute oddist.
The oddest.
Okay.
So you were playing Metal Gear Solid 5. And you were capturing a lot of soldiers, weren't you?
At one point.
So, what was... the way that these soldiers seem to be is that they don't seem to have names, they have code names. And it always seems to be a character trait, and then an animal.
Followed by an animal.
So, do you actually remember any of these
Nope.
ones that you had?
My head.
So, should we just make some up?
But yeah, it's like having like something wolf, something
Yeah.
or other. It kind of turns into like a Game of Thrones kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, I got a personal favourite that I would want to have, and that'll be Ferocious Squirrel.
Of course.
You know. So have you got anything that you could think of that one?
What of names that are in the game?
No, just make one up. Character trait plus animal. Mash them together, make one up.
The Diabolical Pig.
Diabolical Pig. Nice.
Obviously, if Steph was here, it would be Frank and something. God
Yeah.
Frank or something daft.
No, but Frank is not an animal. Well, I mean, Frank is an animal, but Frank is not the name of an animal. But, what
Yeah,
else have we
Steph's
got?
obsession with Frank the Pig.
It's just
Oh.
too much. Just too much. Let's see. Humongous Beetle.
I like one of the ones from an old Disney film. Like, basically it was the film I watched over and over again. Like Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Cluck
Oh, God.
was the ward or whatever it is to Maid Marian.
To King Richard, was it?
She's
King
the
John.
one that She was the one that protected Maid Marian.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's Maid Marian's handmaid or whatever the frick it was.
Shows
Called
it's been a long
Lady
time
Cluck.
since I watched bloody Robin Hood.
Yeah, she's called Lady Cluck. It's like, really? She's a chicken and it's like, okay. It's like I was saying out of chickens, I just get chicken running in my head then for the split second. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy.
Jesus. I mean, it's actually, I've just realised it is a bit hard to on the spot just make up soldiers you could capture in Metal Gear Solid 5. But,
You drop Wolfgang Wolfsbane.
Bane Wolf.
Bane
It's
Wolf.
trait followed by character, isn't it? Or trait followed by animal. Happy Dog. We've captured an enemy soldier. Alright, what is his name? Happy Dog. Happy Dog. Is there something right with him? He's called Happy Dog.
Well, I did actually collect some sheep and wolves earlier. I don't know what they're going to be named.
Well, they're just a sheep and wolf, aren't they? Sheep and wolf. Just a
But
step
no,
and
it was
wolf.
just just hear meh.
You just bad person. Bad person. Right. In that case, I think before we get dreams of do androids dream of Fultron sheep? We should...
Well, or Tachigama's thing. Do Tachigamas have souls?
Do Tachikomas have souls? No, because they're machines, and that's my part of it.
But they can think independently, and they can actually sacrifice themselves if they want.
Which is the whole thing of Ghost in the Shell in the first place. So, with that existentialism sorted, we will wrap this up. So, if you enjoyed what you heard, please do the like, share, subscribe thing. Click the bell.
No, the bells are ringing.
The bells! And, if you...
And the end is nigh.
The end is nigh! But the other thing that you should do is check out the channel. Check out all the other shows that are happening. All those Let's Plays that we do. Potentially other stuff in the future. Remember that you can listen to this podcast and all the other podcasts, not just on YouTube, but on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or just directly into your eardrums as a download. So that's something you can do.
Added bonus: go see Lur at the moment for Desert Bus.
Yeah. I mean, this episode's coming out in the middle of Desert Bus for Hope. So I mean, if you've managed to listen to this really, really, Z-list podcast, go watch some more entertaining people who are comedians and doing stuff for charity. So you could watch them as well. And
because haven't we got Desert Bus coming out at some point?
Hey,
we've got a Desert Bus episode coming out.
If I've got this right, it should be out now. I mean, I could put a link into the YouTube card. I could do that. But so until next time, thank you, Dee, for joining me.
My pleasure, good sir.
And until Esquire, and
Good
until
sir,
next week.
Esquire.
All right, until next week, have a good one, and for God's sake, please don't kill each other. Voltron extract them instead. Goodbye.